Hello, everybody! Welcome to the Dead Unicorn. My name is Corey. Over there is Crystal. Over there is Howard. Over there is Matt, and over there is Tarek. You know, I think we're in the wrong positions. I started this kind of quickly. I should have.
Quickly? You started this how many hours late?
We started it very late. Okay, we're good now. Everybody's in the right spot.
Our lateness is all Corey's fault.
Can you tilt your camera just slightly bit down? Your Rikio logo is covering your face.
I was doing y'all a favor so you didn't have to look at my face. Is that better?
And Crystal's beautiful smile is always covered by the Marl logo.
What?
Yeah, well, your camera's too close to you, or I wish there was a way you could zoom out.
I can zoom in.
I know.
But this is all the way out.
You just have to just scoot your chair back.
Punch a hole in the wall, and then you'll have a nice little nook to put your camera in.
I'll just have to find something to clamp my camera onto and stick on the shelf behind my computer monitor.
That works.
You know what? I can fix this problem by just going to map view. There's the map view. Guys, this is Closed Shell Castle. This is where we're at because we're playing L5R. This is Sin of Regret. Welcome to Cyber Samurai Saturday. I'd like to thank our patrons. They're scrolling up in the upper right-hand corner. If you want to be a patron, just go to Dead Unicorn. Just go to patreon.com/Dead Unicorn, where you can vote on your favorite character. Today, the person who won is Ayumi. Ayumi, you have won this week's poll. Congratulations.
All right, awesome.
Round of applause.
Your prize is you get a free success. It doesn't have bonus successes. It doesn't have opportunity. So use it wisely. It will be a success. And you can use it after you fail. So you don't have to automatically just say it before the roll. You can do it after the roll. It's great. If you want to,
awesome.
If you want to help one of these players out and help their destiny, turn around their destinies, you too can do that by becoming a patron. $1. That's all it costs. Okay. What are we doing next here? Oh, we're doing a recap.
A cup of coffee.
So let's do a recap real quick. I'll go because I can go fast. So these guys are at Closed Shell Castle. It is ruled by a daimyo named Reiju Jikai. And these guys have a problem with him. He has been overtaxing a nearby village. They came here in order to solve the problem. Either change this guy's mind or get rid of him. As they got to the castle, they found there's a lot of things happening in this castle. There are spirits guarding the roofs that they had to fight. There's ghosts in a well that are impassioning people.
Enraging.
Enraging them. There are arrows stashed in... There are arrows stashed in a tower, and there is a garden that has been salted until nothing grows there. These guys are in the middle of a hallway talking down Ayumi as she has been enraged, and in her enraged state, been cursed by this ghost. She has decided to confront the daimyo personally and give him a piece of her mind. But she has been, I believe, successfully talked down by Rikyu. She has agreed to go to her room instead. And we pick up in the hallway where this is happening. Also in the hallway is the servant girl. The servant girl... Where's her name? Dang it. Where is she? Not Shaki. That's the obedient servant. Where is the...
Oh, the one who's always annoyed?
Yeah, the annoyed... Here it is, Atsuko. Atsuko, the annoyed servant, and a white-haired man named Maru Nakama. is also witnessing this
Oh,
event.
I thought you said he was Mamoru.
Mamru, Mamro, Nakama.
Can you spell that for me?
Mamoru,
Okay,
Mamoru,
Mamoru.
Mamoru.
And you hear Mumra shout in the distance, "Curse you, Thundercats!"
Okay,
We have a
I did
living-
write it down correctly then.
You got it. I just pronounce things weird. I'm a Westerner. I can't speak the Japanese well.
Maru.
And it was
Okay.
Nakama.
Nakama.
Which, if I remember correctly, means family.
So we're running late. We're just gonna go right on into it. Y'all are in the hallway.
Oh my gosh, it's already
Begin.
8:40.
Begin.
He just effectively cowed me, so I'm kind of eyeing him warily.
Oh yeah, you tried to intimidate him, and he like beat you in a stare down.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's what happened.
And then she said she was going to the guest room.
Yes. Atsuko says, I can take Ayumi back to her guest room, I guess.
I
Just
growl
nod.
and then turn and walk toward the guest room.
Okay, I guess she knows the way. I'm much happier this way.
But thank you for the offer.
Oh, it was my pleasure, let me tell you.
So Bashar's not necessarily convinced that Ayumi is, been let down, because knowing how spirits affect people, she might still be feeling a little off kilter. So Bashar's just going to, kind of give a nod and a grunt, and then follow Ayumi back to the guest room, make sure she doesn't divert herself to another location.
You gonna skullduggery stealth after, or just
No,
straight up
just
walk after?
it's gonna be apparent. It's like, all right, I'm just watching over you, making sure a friend doesn't make stupid mistakes.
I never make stupid mistakes. They're always planned mistakes.
Hey, that doesn't
Anything
mean
I
they
do
can't
wrong,
be stupid.
I intended.
I plan all my
He
stupidity
doesn't
in advance.
specialize in espionage, so he's just like, follow the proper code. You won't die, I think.
I know what I'm doing is wrong and that I'm bad at it, but I'm still going to do it.
That's called being a samurai.
That's called, yeah. Because when you need something, that's a responsibility.
Yeah.
And I need candy.
I need candy.
And this baby has candy. I need
want
that candy.
bubblegum, and taffy.
What
I don't
in the
just
world are you
want
talking
candy
about?
anymore. I don't just want candy anymore. I need candy. Because when you need something,
It's
well, that's a responsibility.
okay. You guys head off to the guest rooms, leaving Marl and Rikyu there.
Since I see him out in the halls, I will turn to our strange and imposing guest and say, Mamoru-san, I don't suppose you know anything about lands that may have been salted within the castle.
Rikyu, what are you doing while she asks this question?
I'm actually going to be looking around to see who else is like walking by, if anyone else is taking special notice.
Make a sentiment check.
I'll do that.
Let me tell you what the TN is going to be for this. The TN is. I think it depends on your approach on this.
I was thinking I probably need to use courtesy.
Since you're looking around, since you're surveying the
Oh,
area,
him.
this is going to be water.
I-
So you can make a sentiment water, and it's going to be a TN2.
All right. Let's see. Water is not my best, but you know, it is what it is.
Okay.
We all have our feelings.
I take this opportunity to. Do I have any strife? Probably. Oh, I don't have strife right now. Well, what a waste.
Yeah, great for you.
Well, you know, I'm not a strife-filled person like you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't notice anybody else.
Okay.
You do see way down here that there's some movement. There's some people way down there, but they're so far away that there's no way they could like eavesdrop or
Aren't
check
there
you
like a
guys.
whole bunch of walls between us?
There's like
Yeah.
these doors and like these doors. So yeah, I guess so. So I guess you don't even notice those guys. Don't even
I
worry
activate
about
my X-ray vision.
it. Okay.
Oh, it turned out that the map that we're on is in fact 2D. I just looked right over it. No problem.
So, Nakama listens to your question, and he says, "Who would do something so terrible as to destroy the plant life here with salt?"
That's exactly what I was wondering.
If I ever found such a person, I would rip their limbs off.
Well, it
I look
is
a little
a terrible
surprised at
thing
his
to do.
reaction.
But do you have any ideas on who might be so terrible?
Where is this earth being salted?
It's actually the Waterflower Gardens.
The garden. Well, would you not talk to the gardener about that when they have the information you were looking for?
It seems they've been diligently trying to make everything bloom there. It's just not working.
So somebody has been doing it under the cover of night. Perhaps a stakeout is in order.
Perhaps.
Oh, that's something you're interested in. You go right ahead. Let us know how that goes. We don't live here. We're just guests.
On the other hand, if the ground is already so tainted, there may be no need for anyone to continue coming back. But
I am no... What are they called? The Dragon Clan uses some sort of investigator.
yes.
I am not one of those. I don't know their secret investigation techniques. But
Any dragons?
I do know that different soils have different scents. And perhaps someone covered in the scent of the salted earth might have something to do with it.
That is true. I don't
So
suppose
is
you
it-
would
Dog.
have a
Atsuko-
way to tell who
Atsuko
might have
opens-
that smell?
Atsuko opens the door at the end of the hall, walks in, closes the door.
I don't know about asking random people stuff like this. It just seems weird.
Yes, accusing people of wrongdoing, even with innocent questions.
Wait, didn't he just leave?
No, Atsuko the servant.
Oh, I don't remember people's names. My bad. I thought you said he walked off in the middle of our conversation. I'm like, oh, okay.
No.
In that case, I would not have said that as I thought he had left. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, it's Atsuko the servant. The ornery servant. Ornery. Yeah, he says, but none of this is any of my problem. I don't care what happens within these walls.
But you just said if somebody had salted the soil within these walls, you would tear them limb from limb. That sounds like you care.
That's a pretty big position change you've just taken from murderous rage to not my problem. So, you can see where we're confused.
If I knew the person, yes. But I don't. Nor do I have the skills to figure it out. Nor do I have the time. If it's happening when I think it's happening, I'm busy at that time.
All right.
Okay. Then
I
be
guess
on
it's
your way and we'll be on ours.
yes. It's a moot point. Have a good day. And I like your scars. And he kind of walks towards the guest rooms. He's going to go chill out somewhere else.
Not sure how I feel about that statement. Actually, I'm not sure how I feel about that statement.
I turn to Riku and say, yes, he is a strange one. Shall we check on Ayumi?
Yeah, I suppose we should. Hope she's not killing Bashar.
Meanwhile, as
We get there and
Against
she's
the
holding
guild.
a bloody knife over his corpse.
okay, I know how it
do you
looks.
really have such low expectations of Bashar not being able to defend himself? Ouch.
No.
I know how it looks, but really, all I was doing was skinning this animal over here. Bashar just had a heart attack. I don't know what happened to him. He was not having the fact that
His heart stopped, and I was like tearing his chest, cutting his chest open so I could get it beating again. I couldn't get to the heart.
just manual palpitation.
That could work.
The new experimental surgical technique I'm developing.
You know,
It has
reach
a
in
horn.
there.
I just kind of lost his
beat
sternum
the heart.
somewhere.
It has a horrible success rate, but you gotta experiment sometimes.
Okay, Ayumi and Bashar, what are you up to? You went back to the guest rooms, I assume?
Oh yeah, I go into the guest rooms and then I start fuming. I'm like stomping around, throwing kind of like a tantrum, but behind closed doors. I'm not like doing it right in front of Bashar. I kind of like go into my room and then stomp around all angry.
So, like, after Ayumi, closes the door to her room, Bashar just, kind of hangs back and just, listens while she's, stomping around. And just kind of reminiscing of, how his sisters would throw tantrums as well whenever they didn't get their way.
I feel like you're getting insulted here.
But
You are-
he's also
You are like an
thinking
angry
about...
child.
He's also thinking about like like the issue with the ghost in the well, just like how to handle that situation. But he's not coming up with anything like plausible that that would fix the issue.
How much time is there until port starts?
2 hours. You got a good 2 hours.
Okay, so after like 10 minutes of fuming, or like let's say 5 minutes of fuming, Ayumi pops her head out of the room and goes, "I want to go to the dojo."
Oh, you wish to go to the dojo? Well, all right. Like, seems I've nothing else better to do. How are you feeling with whatever the spirit has influenced you with?
I'm going to the dojo. She grabs like she just grabs like her Hayori and starts walking towards.
All right.
As you start walking down the stairs, coming up the stairs is Marl and Rikyu.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say the white-haired guy. I was gonna be like, "Oh, can I just get away from this guy?"
Friends, it seems our destination is the dojo once more.
That's probably not a bad idea. Work out some aggression.
Perhaps.
Yes.
Perhaps I could also take time to learn your Rokugani battle styles. Might help me in the future.
Well, I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, I'm happy to show you how I fight. You're not going to like it when the earth grabs you.
Ah. No
Or
sorcery,
maybe you will.
please.
I really don't know what you're into.
No sorcery, please.
I think I could get to a butt pinch if I tried real hard.
Like Bashar just kind of like looks at you with a very like with a level of disgust. He's like, "Ugh, the things you say," and just like continues walking.
I just stare at Rikyu out of the corner of my eye for a second, and then just start walking again. Like,
Rejected by two of your own peers.
no. I think Ayumi has more of a ballsy way to put it. Kind of look on her face, but behind a mask, so all he sees is the eyes staring at her or staring at him.
Y'all are just no fun at all is the problem.
I just think being
Well,
that
that's
accurate
in
would take an extreme amount of control.
I'm
Well,
assuming
Bashar
that,
just kind of grumbles to himself, "Nobody's going to pinch my butt."
you'll hear Ayumi say under her breath, he's probably had a lot of practice, or a lot of time to practice.
That kind of brings like a small smile to Bashar. Like I don't know if he caught Rikyu's like thigh grab in the beginning of our Ronin game. But
Well, he purposely did that under the table to try and signal to her something to her privately.
like if he did see that or like if he was made aware of that event, he would kind of smile a little bit.
I don't know that Ayumi would directly confront him about it at any point, but she did slap his hand at the time. Like, how dare you?
That's a perfectly reasonable response to having someone grab your thigh.
Yeah.
That's why no one gets to pinches anyone's butts around here. Y'all are so touchy.
It sounds like you're touchy.
I would be, but everybody gets so offended.
Rikyu, how many old men have touched your butt at the monastery? It seems very problematic.
They used
Probably a
whips.
lot.
It was a whole different thing.
It's like a Bashar holds a doll. Where have they touched you? I will make sure I will behead them.
You still play with dolls? Man, you're weird.
Gaijin, man. They do some weird stuff. These Gaijin people. I say as I hide my figurines. Like,
This is, we all grew up with these in the old in my old country. It is my pet caliph. It is
I wanted him to say something to the effect of, "It's not a doll; it's an action figure."
I totally thought you were gonna say.
If
Look,
you
it's
put,
posable.
it has whirling dervish action.
Nice.
I totally thought you were going to go with the Tamagotchi route. I thought you were going to say, yes, we have this tradition in my country where we have these devices that are given to us where we have our pets digitally.
Yeah, and Bashar finds one of Ayumi's figurines. What is this moon sailor that you have here?
Mint condition. You have no idea about the resale value on these things. I made it big.
Little pale feet.
The
All right,
monks
so-
only let me have a toy called Stick. I had to pick out my own stick, but they always hit me with it.
It was a really
talk-
painful toy.
What are you talking about? The people who raised you gave you the toy Bloody Dagger.
Yeah, but it was often my blood. It's no good, man.
And they still called it Stick.
Yeah, they were pretty bad. They were terrible parents.
Okay, guys. I need to take a little break.
Well, that certainly stuck it to you.
So, where y'all are headed to the dojo? Is everybody going there, or some of you going there? What's happening?
I think we're all going to the dojo.
All right, everybody's going off to the dojo. The dojo is right over here.
I assume we're trying to formulate some sort of a plan to get into the court this evening.
No, I already got an invitation to court.
Huh?
Y'all didn't?
As far as I'm aware, Bashar didn't get a formal invitation.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, only Ayumi has a formal invitation.
Well,
Never
we could be
about
there for
it.
emotional support.
I was
I
going
don't
to
know if
talk
I
to
can
the
forget.
daimyo eventually and see if he'd get me in. Not the daimyo. The,
Major Domo.
yeah, that's the dude. Glad you remembered what I was thinking about.
Okay,
Yeah.
How you did that, I'm not sure, but
The Chicken Domo.
Chicken Domo. Okay, the dojo and the training courtyard.
yard. Sorry, that sounded piratey, so I felt like doing that. Yard.
You don't have to justify going yard. You can do that anytime you want.
Okay, there's not really a description here. Only the people who are usually around and what times they're here. At this time, there is one man here. Basically, he's cleaning the. So, how this dojo works is there's the building that surrounds it, and then there's the yard in the middle. And you walk into the first area, and this is like where you can have indoor classes. And in the center area, that's kind of outdoors, there is a man who is basically raking the dirt, making it uniform, getting rid of all of the footprints from people's activities earlier in the day.
Hiding the bodies, typical stuff.
In the rooms, there are training weapons, dummies, big, tatami mats that are wrapped around pieces of bamboo so you can practice cuts, that sort of thing.
Yeah, a bunch of criminals laid down head to toe. Making sure.
None of that morbid stuff.
Okay.
Something
What was
wrong
that?
with your imagination there, Tarek. I think you're broken.
That's actually what Japanese samurai would do all the time. They use criminals
They
to
would
test the
practice-
blade.
They would when after a sword has been made, they would practice. They would see how good the blade is by cutting through criminals, and then they would rate the blade by a 1 to 5 body blade. If they can make it, and that is how many bodies they could make it through.
I think 1 to 5 body was fairly clear without additional explanation.
Got it. Okay, we're gonna move on from that morbid imagery.
Not that dumb. I'm sorry you think I'm that dumb.
I'm sorry. I just get Samurai Executioner memories whenever I play the Ronin game.
So you can go ahead and start training with the equipment there, but there is a man in the courtyard, a man that Bashar recognizes.
Oh, is he the Taiso?
No.
Taisa.
This is
Captain.
Reiju Daihachi, the sensei.
Daihachi.
This man is small, lean, and that is his all of his physical description. He's
That's
a small,
his
lean
entire
man.
character
Lean.
development too. He's just small and lean. That's all you know.
I've never met this guy.
I wish these L5R adventures had more physical descriptions than that in it. They do have some role playing description too, but I would like a better physical description of these characters. But yeah, he is the he is, or at least Rikyu knows that this man is the sensei of the dojo.
I do.
Not Rikyu, I'm sorry, Bashar.
Ah.
Pardon me.
When I enter the dojo, I am very proper, trying to go through the motions that entering the dojo.
Of course, you bow before entering, all of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm paying it as much respect, which is unusual. Probably I mention it because it's probably unusual for Bashar and anybody else in the group to notice me coming into a place and actually showing it some kind of reverence. Usually not the case.
I'll copy what Ayumi does. Because I
Bashar's not
figured
familiar
it's
with
probably
it,
the right
but-
thing to do.
Okay, you can't.
Bashar's not familiar with it, but he doesn't want to appear rude and make it much more apparent that he's a gaijin, and he he kind of feels that Daihachi say might have his best interests in mind, or maybe not, but he's just gonna try to cover his tracks a little bit and also pay a little bit of respect and be thankful that the guy said, hey, if you want to be known as a samurai, just talk with the daimyo and see if you could get work with him. So he might ask where to find. Is it the steward Otomo Nobu that should be able to get get Bashar an invitation to the court?
Yes.
Okay, so once we get into the roleplay, my goal in this scene would be to get the location of Otomo Nobu and see if I could track him down and get talk with him about getting an invitation to court.
So you approach the man and he bows politely.
Mm-hmm. And Bashar returns the bow.
Bashar-san, welcome to my dojo.
Hello, hello, Daihachi Sensei.
He smiles when you say that. He smiles when you say that.
Mm-hmm. So he's trying to keep cover his tracks, and he's keeping trying to keep up with the local culture, so that way it's not really outed. He's finally got the message that foreigners are not supposed to be in Rokugan.
How may I help you?
So I hear that my friend Ayumi has gotten an invitation to court with the daimyo, and I haven't been able to find the steward Otomo Nobu, and
Yes.
I'm wondering whether or not if I could find him, if you know where his location is at this point in time.
He is the master of the court.
Mm-hmm.
I would think he would be the audience chamber or the court chambers. That's where his office is around. He could be in his quarters, or he could be attending to other guests. As you are, no offense, Bishar-san, but he may believe that your station is so low as to not introduce himself.
Well, I am simply a guest in this castle right now. If he sees fit to treat me as such, I won't take offense.
I'm sure it is simply an oversight by Otomo-sama. But yes, perhaps you should seek him out. I'm sure one of our many servants could show you the way.
All right, I would certainly appreciate it. And I hope it isn't out of place to ask such a bold question, but there seems to be an issue, like with spirits near the kitchens. I'm wondering whether or not if you have any knowledge of.
I have not heard of any complaints coming from the kitchen.
There seems to be an old well that contains a very angry spirit.
It sounds like the servants have been talking.
No, like we have just stumbled upon the area, and we tried to see if we could talk with it, and it did not go so well.
Well, they are simply rumors of the servants. I wouldn't put any stock into it.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the information. I will go ahead and try to seek out Otomo Nobu, if at all possible.
I hope you have a wonderful day, Bishar-san. And he bows.
So Bashar will bow to him, and then he will, try to look for a servant that could guide him to the offices of Otomo Nobu, so that way he could also get an audience with the daimyo. So that way, he can watch over, Ayumi at that point in time, because he still suspects that she's still kind of like in fight mode.
You can find somebody that'll take you directly to where Tomonobu is. No problem. You leave the dojo, leaving the other guys in the dojo. What are the rest of y'all doing in the dojo?
Apparently watching him leave.
Well, he will mention that he's gonna go somewhere.
Oh, well,
and he'll be back shortly.
Okay. I'm actually just standing by the entrance of the dojo, just keeping an eye on Ayumi at the moment.
Yeah, me too, basically. Making sure nothing bad happens.
Because I don't want to make a mess here, and I don't want to fuck over the sensei's work that he's doing out in the yard, I will go and grab training equipment, most likely some kind of pole arm or spear, and run through my kata.
Okay.
And I'll give it like a very strong workout. I'm going for getting as much aggression out of me as possible.
All right. Bashar, you are led to the audience chamber, where a man and a woman are speaking to each other. You recognize the woman. She is the klutz from the mess hall.
Ah, Student Ume?
Yes, Reiju Ume. And she is talking to a man.
Kill him.
Very funny, Howard.
As you enter, they quickly finish their conversation to turn to you.
Bashar still wants to kind of at least blend in with the local culture. So he will, give a curt bow to the both of them.
They return the bow.
Mm-hmm. So
good evening.
Good evening. I am here to speak with what was his name? I am here to speak with Steward Otomo Nobu to perhaps receive an invitation to court.
I am
to speak with
Otomo
the daimyo?
Nobu.
Ah, yes. Well,
The man states.
mhm. Well, it is a pleasure to meet you. As I stated before, I am currently a guest of the castle, but I am seeking employment with the daimyo.
I've noticed your entrance here into the castle.
Mm-hmm.
We can give you shelter, but the daimyo's his time is very valuable.
Mm-hmm.
I am not sure what you bring to this castle that it would be of interest to him.
Well, I am a warrior that comes from the Unicorn Lands, and I do believe that there is a lack of guards around currently, and I wish to help fill out fill some of the space.
Well, we are running low on supplies as it is. I'm not sure Jikai would accept you, but I am not 100% privy to all of the goings on when it comes to the military here. That is not my domain. Ume-chan, what do you think of this man? She's like, what, me? I don't. What does it matter? You're the guy. You're in charge of the court. Ume-san, please, please. You're the heir here. You need to start. You need to start acting like it. These decisions might someday be yours, unless, of course, you don't feel that you're up to it. And if you don't, you'd have to, well, let's hope that time never comes. But if it does, be in mind that you'll have to pick somebody to rule in your stead. These are very important things that you need to consider. She's like, yeah, of course, Nobu-sama, of course. Bashar-san, you say you're from Unicorn Lands.
Of course.
Are you part of one of the unicorn families? Are you a Moto? Are you a Shinjo?
From one of the smaller tribes. It's not necessarily recognized or large.
You are a Ronin.
Currently, yes, but I would not mind receiving recognition as a samurai if I come under the employment of the daimyo.
Okay. I'm sorry, Matches. You cannot. She's messing with my books over here, and I don't want them ripped up by a kitty.
She looks floppy and easy to pick up.
So, she says, I see. You seem very non-traditional. And we are a very traditional Imperial family.
Well, I am willing to learn the culture that is quite different from where I have been. But if you're willing to teach, I am willing to learn.
You are a warrior?
Of course.
Where is your katana?
Well, the blade I was provided was not a katana, and he shows off his scimitar or scimitar.
She like perks up. She's like looking at that, like, ooh, that is a very interesting sword. I'm
From
not.
from what I've heard, it comes from a place called Al Zawira, which some of the unicorn tribe have traveled to, and this was brought back, and it was bartered within my family. Or excuse me, like let me let me roleplay that a little better. It was, and my family has bartered for this sword.
I see. Would you like to make a courtesy check? Because there were some lies in there.
Oh yes,
There
yes,
were
I
a
know, but he
few.
wants to like kind of rectify his earlier choice of words when he spoke with the sensei,
So-
and he picked up on that.
This is going to be a courtesy error
Mm-hmm.
against
Yeah, you're
a
trying to be
TN
sincere.
of.
Oof, and I got no skill in courtesy.
A
Joy.
TN. Oh, I did not fill out her vigilance.
Well, your ring is more important.
Yep, and my ring is 2.
It's a TN 3.
TN3.
Good luck.
Wonderful. Let me see if I have any void available.
You got
Nope,
this.
I
You'll be
have
fine.
no void. Yeah, well, alright. Let's see how it goes. Nope, I got lots of opportunities, though. And let's see if I can do anything with that air opportunity. Alright, let's see. So, if you failed, determine the easiest way to accomplish the task you were attempting. Skill and approach. So I will definitely take that opportunity at least.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah, like I definitely failed that roll. It's like, ouch. Ooh.
the best way to do this would be instead of lying to her, would just to f- be to would be to just flatter her. Like, stop
Oh.
explaining yourself and just be like, tell her good stuff about herself. Change the conversation.
Ah, okay. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Quite
So-
a lovely lady.
But she does see through your lie at this point. And she looks at Nobu. And Nobu smiles at her.
Uh-oh.
Because you didn't make Nobu either. Nobu knows you're lying.
Mhm.
He says, Nobu tries. We'll go ahead and preempt her, and say, Umi-chan, perhaps if you are on the fence about him, he deserves some sort of test. I know you're practicing as a duelist. Perhaps you could have a small sortie with him.
Huh. Well, I wouldn't be against it. To
You're
prove my
about to get beat
swordsmanship.
by a girl.
Probably.
Ume looks at him and says, well, I am curious about him, but I don't. Something doesn't seem right, Nobu-san. I don't want to just dive into this. Something seems off. No offense, Bouchard-san. I'm just trying to be cautious.
That is
And
perfectly understandable, but if anything, ever since I have spoken with your sensei Reiju Daihachi, he did mention that you are his student, and I'm somewhat curious to see your combat capabilities myself.
Nobu says, he's heard good things about you, Ume-chan. Perhaps you should show him our techniques. Perhaps he deserves this lesson. He's come all this way after all. Well, I don't... Very well, Nobu-sama. I will duel him.
All right. So I'm trying to think because he's I'm trying to remember the different types of duels because I don't want first blood. Should it be first hit? Because she is the niece of the daimyo, and I don't want to cause any ill will.
That is a thing.
Because he's already in a bad position to begin with, so he wants to kind of at least, take it easy enough on her, but still prove that he is capable physically.
Umi says, "Come on, follow me."
All right.
And she'll turn and past you. She'll open the doors and walk down the stairs and trip a little. I'm okay. She'll tighten up and continue walking.
Bashar found that amusingly charming, but he's just going to follow along and not say anything.
Okay, she'll go out to the dojo.
Oh.
Back to the dojo you go. Where
There we
Ayumi
go.
To the
is
dojo you go.
where Ayumi is practicing kata, and the other two are just watching her, and like a hawk. You all see a woman walk in.
By the way, Corey, I'm trying to do my kata in an area where the sensei might notice my work.
Okay.
Oh man, I really hate these allergies.
So you notice this tall, graceless woman walk in,
That's not a nice thing to say about Bashar.
and she, of course, bows before she enters and walks over to a rack of bokken. She picks one up, throws one at, or hands one to Bashar.
Bashar gratefully accepts.
Hey, Mara, look, Bashar got a girlfriend. He's clearly doing better than any of us here.
And she'll walk out into the
certainly
training
make
yard,
a
or
friend.
she'll walk out into the yard in the middle of the dojo.
Looks more like a sparring partner.
Is that not the same thing?
Oh, most certainly not.
And she'll say to Bishar, is Kenjutsu satisfactory?
Kenjutsu. Well, unfortunately, I am not quite familiar with the mainland terminology, since most of my training was within the smaller tribes. Could you perhaps refresh my memory?
Sword fighting.
Oh, sword fighting, of course. It is quite satisfactory.
Very well. She looks over to Daihachi. Daihachi sensei, we are going to do some light sparring. Could you adjudge the hits? And he says, "Hi. Thank you. We are going to the first true blow. If that is okay with you."
That is fine by me.
Very well.
So that would be what, the first critical hit?
Yeah, the first critical hit. But these are bokken, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Deadliness
shouldn't
is
hurt that
probably like
much.
0 or 1.
It's not just a critical hit. It has to be... it has to be at least a level 3 hit, like a flesh wound.
Okay.
It cannot be a close call.
Mm.
And is that what the initial deadliness would be, or what it is after reduction?
No, it's after reduction, yeah. So yeah, it's sparring bout to incapitation. Practice duels let warriors sharpen their skills and build calluses. It just says the objective is to inflict the incapacitated condition on the foe,
Okay.
which is
I mean, losing all your fatigue.
yeah, I guess that's losing all your fatigue. Huh. Okay. So we can either do to the first critical hit or to incapacitated. Which one do you want to do?
I think it'd be better for first critical hit.
First critical hit it is. Okay. It is a meditation check for initiative.
All right. I will do Earth to withstand. All right. Oh. Okay. I will definitely keep that explosive. And let's see. I'm kind of getting up there with my strife, so I'm wondering whether or not I should take my or take the other successes.
Your strife isn't over half of your composure, is it?
It is already.
It should be.
It shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Oh, it shouldn't be? Okay.
Because you had time to cool down during the
Yeah.
walk between.
Okay. So I'll go ahead
Remember
and
the
take
rules. If a scene ends,
Mhm.
you can reduce your fatigue and your strife.
Okay. All right. So, all right. So I'll go ahead and keep those two successes, and I'll re-roll that explosive. Okay, give me a sec. Just need to change my dice modifier, and I will keep that success as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes. And would that be my vigilance or focus?
Focus.
Focus 5. So 9.
Okay. First is the stare down. Hold on, before we do anything, I gotta check something here. Okay. She'll go second. Well, she has a lower initiative than you, but first is the stare down.
Mm-hmm.
During this, we both take a number of strife equals the number of rounds that have gone by. This is the first round, so we both take one strife.
Mm-hmm.
Then we can bid a number of strife, and that number will increase our initiative. So in the chat box, type in a number, and that's the number 2, 3, enter. Okay, looks good. You go first. Remember,
Alright.
the first person who becomes who becomes what's it called?
Incapacitated?
Not incapacitated.
First blow?
Compromised?
The first one who becomes compromised. If you become compromised, they get an instant
Critical hit.
Well, yeah.
An instant strike.
An instant strike that will always lead to a critical hit.
Ah.
All right. So
Alright.
dual actions are on page 260.
Mm-hmm. Page 260. Alright.
We start at range 2. You can move pretty much wherever you want, though. It doesn't really matter. So it is your action first. You can choose a stance and then perform an action.
Dang it, I haven't opened up my PDF in a while, so give me a sec. Forts of Stone, Survival Guide, nope. Ah. So, 250 what? For the
260.
core rule book?
260. 260.
260, okay.
That's physical page, maybe not PDF page.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, where's that page number here? All right, so, okay. Looking at that, movement and range, dual actions, calming breath.
So calming breath, center, predict, prepare item, or strike.
I think I will do strike, fire stance.
Okay.
So, melee?
Yes. She is on air stance, by the way.
Ah, okay. So I definitely want to overwhelm her to show how impressive my fighting style is.
Okay, it is a TN3 martial arts check with the weapon, so it's martial arts melee.
Okay, crossing my fingers.
With whatever stance you're on. Fire. we said.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Fire. All right, so I am definitely taking all successes, and I'll re-roll that explosive.
Okay.
All right. And I will take that one as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4,
That's 5.
5. Yeah, since I'm in fire stance.
Okay. The damage of a Boken is it's a damage 3, deadliness 3 weapon.
Oh, wow.
But
Deadliness 3 on a Boken?
But
Okay.
With two-handed, wielding it with two hands gives it +2 damage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can really severely hurt somebody with a boken. Like, you can break bones, orbitals, the orbital socket, you can fracture that.
So you'll do. I assume you're using it two-handedly.
Yes.
Okay, so you'll do 6 points of damage. I'll reduce that by my physical resistance. Okay. She will counterattack with her own strike.
Oh.
And she'll spend a void on this.
Mm.
Oh wait, you took the die with one of the dice with strife on it, so she actually takes one more because, yeah, she'll take that much. Okay, because you were on fire stance. Okay, she's on air stance. She'll attack. Okay, that's good.
Ooh.
That's exactly what I wanted. Okay. Boom.
Oh.
Nice. I'll take that.
Oh.
Okay.
Ouch.
So she takes she's gonna take 3 strife. Okay. She hits you for that's 5, 6, 7 points of damage.
7. All right, reducing it with my lacquered armor, so that's 3.
By the way, she's not wearing armor. She is wearing her kimono. Then she'll spend 1 opportunity
To implant her sword in your sphincter.
she'll spend 1 opportunity to get your current strife.
Hold on. She will spend 1 opportunity to guess my strife?
You
To
will tell
know
me.
it.
Oh, okay. Oh, to tell it. 5 strife so far.
Okay, that includes all the strife you've been getting from sources like your initiative, your attack. Okay.
Yes.
I will spend another two opportunity to perform Dramatic Duelist. When performing an attack action, Ume may spend opportunity as follows: 2 opportunity. If she succeeds, Ume inflicts no damage, and her target receives strife equal to her weapon's base damage plus her bonus successes. So you will take 0 fatigue. Remove all the fatigue I just gave you, and instead you will take 5, 6, 7. You will take 7 strife.
Oh, that puts me way over my composure. Oh, no.
That's exactly something that Ikomakage would do.
So she will now take her finishing blow.
I kind of called this fight. I'm just saying.
This is a scene in Last Samurai, but it's a girl beating up an immigrant. It isn't as cool of a story.
Okay, now I get another attack action.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'll take another strife. Okay, that is a hit with 1 bonus success and 1 opportunity. So I will use that opportunity to reduce that strife that I got. That's what I'll do. And I will do a deadliness 7 hit on you. So make a fitness fire check.
All right. Fitness fire. Here we go. All right. I will keep the opportunity and the explosive.
Which opportunity? The one with strife or the one without?
Oh, the one without strife, because
Okay.
I can't keep strife right now because I'm.
Oh yeah, you
currently-
can't. You're right.
So let's see. I'll keep that
success
opportunity
to
right there.
opportunity.
So fire opportunity.
Okay, so you reduce your deadliness by 1.
Mm-hmm.
That means you take a debilitating gash. You are now severely wounded in your fire.
Again? Good lord! Like even with a boken?
Yes,
She poked you just right.
she got you.
Oh,
Bam!
with my lacquered armor, like it should absorb at least 4 points.
Armor doesn't reduce critical hits. You'd think armor would reduce critical hit. You would think.
It's
But
only
no.
a critical hit if you can avoid the armor.
Yeah, exactly.
If you can get around the armor, I mean.
That's what happened. So she found a soft spot in the armor, got right through it with her boken, gave it a good whack. And
Where does fire get hit?
I think it's like in the hand. Let me check. Fire. Lost fingers, maimed arm. Yeah, it's the arm, the hand.
She aimed
No,
for
not
your
my
weak
sword
spot.
Wait, did you not?
So she just
Did your? Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind.
so she yells out, "Kote!" Bam! It hits you in your wrist.
Mhm.
I took some kenjutsu. I took some
Yeah,
a kendo.
Kendo.
I took kendo. That's what you yell out when you hit a wrist.
Ah.
And you're like, "Gah!"
Ouchie.
Is anything broken? Oh, I don't have as many fingers as I used to.
God, that's what I feel like right now. Like, it doesn't look messed up, but geez, my right wrist is killing me.
So Bashar is definitely mad at himself for putting himself in that situation where, oh, okay, so this klutzy girl definitely has some skill behind her, and I'm just.
It seems like as soon as she had a sword in her hand, and she went into some sort of like Zen zone of I'm in a duel, and everything else like faded away. It's like you got hustled, boy.
Yeah, yeah, really bad. Oh, Bashar is not happy right now. He is not a happy camper.
Daihachi, so
Totally different.
puts his hand up for Ume.
I am hyena laughing, by the way.
Yeah, you're probably howling at this point.
And he says, Reiju-chan. Match for Reiju-chan.
That, like a tear comes out of my eye, and I look over and go, "Oh, I messed up.
She
I
then
forgot to bet against you."
turns her sword
Oh.
back and puts it at her hip. and then bows.
I must admit, you are quite the warrior. I have a lot of respect for that. As Bashar like grits his teeth through the pain.
I say from over away, like a ways away, or whatever, from watching, like leaned up onto some kind of pillar. I go, she's had a good teacher, obviously, but I don't know that I trust her arm in the middle of a fight outside of a pristine dojo.
Nah. Well, it is still my loss. Was not quite expecting such excellent swordsmanship, but whoa.
Never underestimate your opponent, Bashar.
She looks over at Daihachi. Sensei? He says, he is unfocused. He doesn't
The
understand.
last girl he fought bit his fingers off.
He glances down
Like
at
I'll shoot
at his
Riku a
hand.
dirty look.
I just keep laughing.
I step up and start walking over towards them. I kind of like put my training spear in neutral position. I bow toward the sensei.
Mm-hmm.
You are the sensei of this dojo. Sensei
Hi.
Daihachi.
I am Reiju Daihachi.
Daihachi sensei. Reiju Daihachi sensei. I am Ayumi.
It's a pleasure.
Indeed. This is a fine dojo.
Thank you.
I don't mean to sound so surprised. However, considering all of the disrepair that I have seen, it seemed as though perhaps some of the necessities were being left by the wayside due to a lack of manpower. But I am glad to see that this place remains so well tended.
Well,
How many?
when our soldiers come back from the town this evening, perhaps you'll change your mind. I think I don't know if we have enough soldiers, but I think we have a good amount, as unfocused and untrained as some of them are. The
I've
Otomo
seen
are
some
much
of the men.
the Otomo are much more focused here.
I have seen some of your men. Well, perhaps not trained by you, but some of the daimyo's men. And if I may be quite honest, I do not think they are worthy of their position.
That is a very honest statement.
It is a samurai's duty to serve, but it is also a samurai's duty to protect. And I have not seen many of those soldiers out there really protecting the peasantry.
And you know this from experience.
I was almost attacked for trying to inform them of the terrible deeds that had been happening right in the midst of your samurai.
I see.
By your own magistrate.
Oh, our magistrate has done horrible deeds.
No, I did not say he has done horrible deeds, but he has disregarded me when I tried to warn him that his compatriots were of ill repute.
I understand. I understand now. Forgive me. You must understand that Sugamase-san is a very, very traditional, very diligent man, and that we have been having problems with the peasantry. They have, from what I understand, they are our source of food for our armies to defend this castle that Reijujikai Dono has been charged with. If there has been any sort of perceived wrongdoing, perhaps it is just misinterpreted as motivation.
I look at him. Actually, I'm going to do a sentiment check to see if he's trying to be courteous here and just like protect, like try to properly divert the dishonor that I'm bringing up, or does he actually believe that these people, it's just a misunderstanding? You know what I mean?
Of
I
course.
literally don't understand what he just said.
Exactly. He used the long way around saying, "Oh well, I promise you that the magistrate is of the utmost honor. He's just a very traditional person, and I'm sure that the samurai that you're suggesting we're doing dishonorable things, we're simply having a misunderstanding, and perhaps like it's not the same as a problem. Maybe they're just trying to help motivate the peasants. They're not trying to harass them or hurt them. They're just trying to give them extra motivation."
How are you attacking him with sentiment here? What's your stand? What's your approach? I mean,
I'm gonna sense. I want to sense kind of who this, almost like I want to gauge who this person is that I'm dealing with. This is the first time I've met the sensei,
all right.
so I really want to
Void.
get a gauge on like who are you? Yeah, Void.
Void. It's TN3.
Just getting a feeling for him.
Exactly. Just kind of sensing him out.
That will be TN3.
Okay. Well,
Good luck.
there's hope.
You could.
Yeah. There's moderate hope. Okay, 2 successes and 3 opportunities. I think I'm going to just use my auto success.
Your auto success sounds
Yeah.
good. So this is what you get.
The Imperial Favor.
You do. I'll give you a couple things. First off, this guy's demeanor is shrewd. So he is like a thinking man. But what's more important is under his description, he is soft-spoken, except when barking orders to the mercenaries he trains. But he is also polite. And that is one of his defining characteristics, is politeness. And that is most assuredly what he is doing here. He cannot talk ill of his family. And to suggest anything otherwise would be dishonorable. So he is politely rebuking you.
But he's politely rebuking me, not directly
He's not like,
contradicting me.
he doesn't seem angry. He's not challenging you to a duel. He's not doing
Exactly.
any of those things that somebody that would like take offense to these things would do. He is merely trying to basically pull things back to a more polite place.
He's basically like, "Oh, no, I'm sure it's not as bad as that. Let's try to figure out a civil way to deal with this."
Let's actually, it's more like, let's talk about something else.
I look
Okay.
up at Daihachi.
How about them Red Sox?
Yeah. I look up at Daihachi, like my eyes sincerely looking toward Daihachi in like a sympathetic way, and I say, for both our sakes, I hope that is true. I am afraid that we may see more information about the subject. come into focus in court tonight.
If there is any wrongdoing here, I sincerely do not believe it is Reiju. I believe that there are other conspirating factors. There are many people within this castle. They all have their own agendas. Me, I am simply a sensei. I am simply trying to teach people to defend themselves the best they can. We have
And
many
I
new
admire-
recruits. Many of them are as unfocused as Bishar-san.
Oof. He's not happy hearing that. He's like still kind of fuming from his loss and just like kind of holding his injured hand.
It just
But-
starts the laughter all over again with me.
The Hachi Sensei, you seem to be a genuinely honorable man. And I hate to say this so frankly, but in my profession, I have not run into many genuinely honorable men. And I appreciate that from you. If there is something I can do to help you, or I look over at the student,
When you say that, he bows and he says, "Welcome to Closed Shell Castle."
I will meet his bow with an equally polite and respectful bow.
Have you met the daimyo's niece? This is Reiju Umi. Ume. She bows.
I bow very, very politely, if a little gruffly, you know.
I believe I saw you this morning. You were walking into the dojo at lunchtime, actually. I don't think it was this morning. I think I was going out for lunch.
That is indeed true. I was practicing. I am a.
Go ahead.
I have been a bushi, trained as a bushi for some time, and I have lived my life out in the wilderness, on the roads, through mercenary work on the battlefield, and I have survived long enough to know that war is a terrible thing, and the only thing worse than war is not being able to defend the people that mean the most.
She says, do you think that war is coming to the castle?
I worry that the circumstances that those who might be beneath the notice of those within the castle may have much more of an impact on whether or not wars are fought than any samurai in a court chamber.
By the way, you are still enraged. You're not ever not being enraged.
Also, am I
that's
still,
a
am I
good
still
point.
over my strife as well? Because in the meantime, while the
Oh, yeah.
dialogue is happening, I
Yeah.
want
You've
Bashar
had
take
time to
a-
cool down after the match, definitely.
Down to
I can
half.
So I should
He's gulping air as we speak.
I should say that more. I should say that way more bluntly and say, I think that if the samurai of this castle continue to ignore the plight of their peasantry, then war is inevitable.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that. That seems rather drastic.
That is one thing that I wish to speak with the daimyo of this castle about. I hope that I can at least offer him some wisdom or assistance in reinvigorating his drive to see his land succeed. We have done as much as we can in these lands. Me and my friends. I point to Marl and Bashar and Riku and go, we have done all we can to help cleanse the village of what animus and anger was stored there.
I
There
even
was
lost two of my
spiritual.
fingers to a spirit. Bashar holds up his missing fingered hand.
There was a a terrible imbalance that forced the harvest to fail and the cycle to continue in a brutal cycle.
Well, Umi says, well, there's an imbalance here, too. We were told it was this castle. Some people say that it's Reiju. It's Jikai Dono. But I don't know if anything has changed here since that happened. I mean, we've always been told that this castle has a slight imbalance with the kami.
It is true. This castle is imbalanced. And, in fact, we met a spirit who claimed to be Otomo Nakaho herself. We were unable to exorcise it, though.
She says, I heard rumor that the ghost was still walking this castle, but I've never seen the ghost. I just thought it was a rumor.
It resides in the well by the kitchens, as I mentioned, Daihachi-sensei.
Ume,
Marl and I are trained Shugenja. Well, her ways are a little different, but we are trained.
Ume says, well, if you can lay the spirit to rest, if you give me proof of the spirit and can lay it to rest, I will definitely get you to see Jikai Dono. He'll want to hear the story as well.
That was the trouble. We believe that giving her a proper funeral would put her to rest, but we were unable to recover her bones.
Where are her bones?
In the well.
Her bones are in the well?
Mm-hmm.
And the sensei pulls out a fan and puts it over his face.
Oh my.
So as
It's
you
like
can
he's a
see-
southern gentleman all of a sudden.
So,
We do not
so
like
as
it.
you,
Go ahead.
So as you can see, Daihachi Sensei, I do not believe it is the fault of any individual here, but there is much work to be done to bring this place back into balance.
He says, are you certain it's not an individual? How does an ancestor's bones wind up in a well?
Welcome to accompany us as we do this. You can find out maybe yourself.
I am no great magistrate or investigator, but I will get to the bottom of this.
Ume-san, perhaps they're right. Perhaps you should go with them to this well. She's like, of course, sensei. She bows.
I said.
And hopefully before we leave, Bashar, bows to Ume, complimenting her on her swordsmanship. He is definitely impressed.
Would you like
by
to
it.
flatter her with some flattery? Is that what you do?
The-
Sure,
water?
add a little bit of flair and flattery to it.
Bashar's
Why
like,
not?
hey babe, nice butt.
But good lord, not in that way.
Your flatteries are quite flattering, if I do say so.
His main goal now is to see if he could probably get a few pointers or learn a little bit from Daihachi Sensei, however he can, because he feels that his swordsmanship is not that good, and he's angry with himself for not improving his own skills.
It would have been better if you went to incapacitation rather than critical hit.
Yeah.
But you had no way of
I
knowing.
wasn't too sure which would have worked.
You
and I'm like,
had
all right.
no way of knowing. And
Yeah, I had no way of knowing.
And the
so I'm
only
like-
way to do that was to continue to ask her questions and such, try and suss it out. But you didn't. Again, there was no way. You'd have to really think in advance and think that there was something special going on. But I don't fault you at all. I don't.
All right, definitely appreciate it.
So,
Remember, Bashar wears his heart and thoughts.
Are
on
you
his-
gonna make a courtesy
Most.
check, or are you not?
Let's try a courtesy check because he's not trying to really butter her up, but like he's trying to be as genuine as possible with saying, "Hey, I am impressed with your
I
swordsmanship."
respect you. You did well.
Okay, I guess that's not water then.
Reason?
Yeah,
Like
that's
Earth?
Earth. So that's a
All right.
TN3.
Nah. Wonderful. Dang it.
She kind of ignores you. It feels like she feels like your skill is so beneath her that she really doesn't need to acknowledge what you're saying.
Ooh. Ooh. Bashar does not like that.
By the way, Howard,
It
you
hurts.
posted something in the Zoom meeting chat. If you want everybody to read it, I can't read that. If you want everybody to read it, you should put it in the Roll20 chat.
Oh, it wasn't about everybody reading it,
What?
like the whole fandom of your channel.
Oh, really?
I was mocking you privately.
I see. Well, I can't read it. Otherwise, I'll mess up the show.
Oh, well.
If I open
you
up
didn't
that-
know I was mocking you.
If I open up that extra chat window, there's no way if I open up that.
Then, to those who are watching the Dead Unicorn right now, I said that with the mustache, Corey looks like David Spade.
Yes, yes. It says, I finally figured out who Corey looks like with that stash. David Spade.
Sorry. I didn't know it was going to go bright.
I don't
public.
see it,
Solid-
but
solid
okay.
commentary.
David Spade is not. It's pretty funny. I like him.
Yeah, he is. He's funny.
Joe Dirt was legit.
I never
That was a
saw
great
that.
movie.
I watched so much Just Shoot Me, though.
Just Shoot Me's pretty good. What's that one where he's with Chris Farley?
Oh, Tommy
Tommy
Boy.
Boy.
Yeah.
Black
I was like
Sheep.
something boy, Tommy Boy, Tommy Boy.
Tommy
Tommy
Boy.
Boy and Black
Tommy Boy.
Sheep. There were
That
two of them.
guy
Black
in
Sheep
a
too,
little
yeah.
suit.
In a little coat. That
Yeah,
guy in
coat,
a
little coat.
Oh, Richard.
All right,
Why
Didn't mean
would-
to like derail a game for some private mockery of one of my oldest friends.
it's okay. We're really late, so I figure we'd end the game here. Everybody's headed back towards the well again for round 3 with the well ghost.
Round 3!
Title of the episode:
uh,
Corey looks like David Spade.
I'm not sure I'm gonna name it. Maybe.
And Bashar is gonna try to see if he could, gain the tutelage of Daihachi Sensei.
Yes,
if
next
at all
time on
possible.
Cyber Samurai, Bashar is going to do that. Next time on Cyber Samurai, what is the rest of you doing?
Finish off that dang ghost!
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
We're going to reveal that it was actually old man McGillicuddy, and he was just wearing a ghost mask the whole time.
It's McGillicuddy Sensei.
Yeah.
With his
Well, you know
flaming red beard and red hair.
Sounds like a gaijin to me.
Rikyu is going to be very busy next game. He's looking to set up yet another fight where a woman can beat up Bashar just so he can bet on it.
And you know what? My next goal is to gut check Rikyu in the next game.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
My character is... Go ahead. Yeah. No, go ahead.
I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to say, hey, guys,
Yeah,
if you
go
watch this all the way through, you obviously like it, hit the like button. You want to watch the next episode, hit the subscribe button and that bell button. Hey, we got a bunch of episodes here on my other channel, Dead Unicorn, just Dead Unicorn, not Dead Unicorn Live, just Dead Unicorn. You can learn how to play L5R with my series, How to Play L5R, the role-playing game. Bye-bye, everybody!
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So much pain and misery in this game.